So, hello everybody. I will go for a wild book reading session tonight. And you are invited to join me. So let's see what we will find out tonight. Let's read some freaky books at the Hush House Library and have some fun while doing so. In the meantime, I need to set up a few last technical bits and dits and that's, and oddly enough I can open some things only while the stream is running. You know these already. Okay. Now everything is working out as it should. Great. Okay, so where did we leave off last time? And where will we go tonight? So it feels as if the camera speed with keys is now working as intended. Nice. Okay, so that means we have to orient ourselves a little bit. And see, I got a nice memory here. Stolen secret. Where did I get that from? Okay, but I think I will just wait what the weather will bring today, tomorrow, tonight, whatever. Tomorrow, yeah. And let that day be that day. Don't know what I had the items in my inventory for. That's fine. Okay. A new day begins. Rain. Well, that is good. So, Three Flowers Hath the Tree is a book we can absolutely read with that rain memory. Because, if I remember correctly, I also had a skill that has +2 to that aspect, and that means full flower. There we go. Okay, what a nice way to begin the day. Apart from that, we are skill check wise still in the low numbers. That is all pretty tame still. That won't bother us too much. So that room, come on, let's Denzil it up while we're reading that book. I should have everything it requires. No, not the post office. Hello, Denzil. Hey, we had that just a moment ago. Okay. Hello, Denzil. How are you today? Let's test our skills. And that is a +2. And I do have books that give me foresight. Take that book to a table where we can read it. It's one of my favorite tricks to read or to do many things at once. The librarian can be at many places at once in the library, as it seems. Hey. Now we just need to wait until the memory is ready, and then we are good to go. There. Let's put that foresight memory on him, and he has those 6 forge points that we require. Easy. So, Ernestine Peterhans records her observations of the growths of the trees and flowers around the isle. Ah, yeah, that was a pretty boring one. Just about colors of flowers and what they mean. Nothing too tasty here. But we got ourselves a Leaves and Thorns lesson and a Gossip memory. Do I already have a shelf for Gossip? It's a very, very fun question to ask yourself. But I actually don't know. It doesn't seem like we do. Excellent. So let's put our Gossip on the shelf. And Gossip is a pretty good memory because it has 2 rose points. We didn't have many of these yet. Jeez. So, what was the other one? Grail. Okay. There we are. And let's implement that new skill while we're at it. It's a really, really nice one. Allowing us to brew and craft things. Most importantly, it has an inherent +2 on Nectar. It's the first skill that I have that is so high in that aspect. If I'm just talking gibberish for you, that's okay. Stay a while and listen. Okay, so these are definitely all only interesting once we have upgraded them. We can't put any of these skills onto the board. So, Grail and Nectar, my lesson that I own, is completely the wrong stuff. Would have been too easy. Okay, but Denzil is waiting to Denzil this room. Thanks, mate. Okay. In the meantime, let's unwrap some packages. Who doesn't like unwrapping packages? Hey, Fane Abyssal. This is currently my 3rd playthrough that I do. I have 2 completions on the game already, so yeah. Been around a while now. Packages with packages inside? Come on. What's next? Doll? With dolls inside? Alright. So we unlock the kitchen. This room here is the one that I'm after. It's the pantry. The foundry is also pretty nice. I'm going to go after that tomorrow, maybe. I can whip up 6 forge easily. Yeah, with the DLC, exactly. With the DLC, the game is just huge. I keep coming back to Book of Hours every now and then when I want to chill out, because there's so much that I haven't discovered yet, even after having 2 playthroughs with the good endings, or however you want to call it, the big history changes with the high-end inks and whatnot. I need to get there again to talk about it properly, because I have forgotten so many of the terms. The DLC is pretty cool because it allows you to use all that food to host parties where all the cool people that come visit your house tell their stories, and you get to know them better. And the other aspect of the DLC is that you get to influence the stories that the people come into your house for, and decide what happens after the people have been resolving the story. So you get to influence the world a lot. And at the end of all this, we can found a new society inside the library that oversees the library. Never done that before, though. Hey, Smurfton, welcome. Yeah. This is one game that I really like to spend my time with. It's just what I like, how I want to say it. I just like to spend my time with this game. Because I feel like even after, I don't know, the like 200 hours or so I have spent here, I feel like I've only seen a bit of the game. There's still so much more to discover. It's pretty nice. It's like a novel of sorts that you can explore and walk through and try to find out more. I want to go for this one today because we got a case of sunny weather. That means lots of lantern aspect in the air today. That means Father Timothy, Reverend Timothy. I mixed that up time and time again. The Reverend will be helping us out today. Hello, mister. And we got ourselves some drinking cocoa. Nice. These items from the packages are really useful at the end of the day. We don't really need the weather at all. We might be using that for a book instead. So... let's put a few things over here. This is also a pretty powerful item. High aspect values. One day soon we will use this for something. Well, let's see. Now that we have found out that we don't need you for unlocking a room, how about looking for a book you could help us with? We need something with sky, though. Sky is one of those really, really elusive attributes, isn't it? Sucks that I only have one skill chart for Fast. That pretty much blows the whole plan out of the water. Okay. Let's see. I got sights and sensations. Let's go to some crafting benches. Come on. Let's see. Loobity doop. And now we put in here. There we go. Awakened feather. Okay. The other aspect here at work is winter. Let's see. Can we? I don't know what that would be. Is this a winter disc? Yes, yes. So crafting is like every skill that you see here has its own crafting catalog. You can craft a ton of things. Basically all the items that are lying around in Hush House can be crafted or ordered. I can go. Okay. Don't want to craft it, just want to know what we can make with it. Hey Poet, welcome. I was already wondering where you were around. So Biz, hi there. Yeah, this is one game that you need to be in the mood for, true. Execute, hi there. Oh. Ah, yeah, techniques. Okay. I don't want to spend the day without... yeah, let's do that instead. And let's craft ourselves one of those awakened feathers and see what it does. Because that's pretty much the best thing that I can think of right now. Or do we have any skill also involving sky on a high enough level? No. Okay. So, getting sidetracked. Fun thing is that it is entirely random which skills you get. Like, they're entirely linked to the books, and you never get the same swath of books in each game. So that means your crafting recipes get mixed up in each game too. I really like that. So, mister, where did we want to... Ah, he still needs this one. We are going to unbox a few books. We can't read them, we're going to unbox them. Hey, Jugger Boy, if you liked Cultist Simulator, this game should be up your alley too. It is a bit less pressing than Cultist Simulator, but what I like most about it is that it pretends to be more cozy than Cultist Simulator, but at the end of the day, all the things that happened in Cultist Simulator are in some sort, or all the arts and all the occult knowledge that is present in Cultist Simulator is also in Hush House, and you can't work with it. You're the librarian. You're basically playing a long, if I understood that correctly. One way or another, you're playing a immortal at this game, and it's well hidden between the lines, and it's not shoved in your face. But the longer you play it, the more you realize that the persona you're playing yourself is a very, very big and important person, one way or another. You even decide for yourself what was your role in history. I really gotta say this game is something very, very special. That's the easiest way to put it. So what do we have here? It is material with sky aspect. Okay. So the fun thing is that we can now, with the proper build-up, create endless amounts of these awakened feathers. This skill allows us to create awakened feathers as many as we want to, basically. You uncover a lot of dark and sinister secrets. But see, I would say it like that. Cultist Simulator puts you in the inside of all the dark and sinister workings of that world, whereas Hush House puts you as an outsider, where you have all the time in the world to browse and understand things and even manipulate how history goes and which history is currently being dominant, so to speak. I would say, when it comes down to gritty and dark horror feelings, Cultist Simulator still beats this game by a mile. Can't put it into different words, but the sense of wonder and awe is in this one much bigger, because it gives you a much bigger glimpse. It is like you are in the manses, you know? You are inside all those secret worlds, and all those big people of the secret societies, they come to you to ask you for advice. They come here to find a book that helps them further. It's a very different angle on the same world. So... yeah, execute you. You pretty much nailed it. Definitely these two games belong very much together. So what do we have here? A skill 12 book, skill 10 book, skill 12 book. That is all tall orders, all big numbers. We can't read any of those anytime too soon, sadly. The skills that we're accumulating here will help us a lot, but with reading books, but yeah. So it's the dead of the night, and we're going to fast forward through that day. But I'm a big fan of the workings of the people behind Cultist Simulator. Even before Cultist Simulator came out, Fallen London was also co-created or completely created by Alexis Kennedy. I don't know. The guy definitely that founded Weather Factory later with his wife, and you notice the handwriting, and you know, I don't know. Very, very big admirer of the work, definitely. Okay, so a new day. What's the weather today? OG BKG, my pleasure, man. I love to help, and it's the biggest reward for me to hear back that I was able to help people out. So, thanks for dropping by and being awesome, mate. Keep going. All right, clouds, moon, and moth. These are aspects that we are still very, very low on. The wolf stories are, and the hill and hollow. Oh, we are pretty good on. We are mooning not as bad as I thought. Nice. But we are mothing also pretty decently. All right. All the aspects are where they should be at this early point of the game. So we unlocked the Shrine of Saint Januarius. There's a secret in this one. Or is it the other one? These shrines, for example, if you use the correct items, I know this one here. If you use the correct skill, you can find a hidden item there. There's so many hidden things in this game. Oh, I have overlooked this one. Nice. Okay, so what do we have here? Moth 5. What's today's flavor of odd workers? Today we got a flavor of scale forging. Really helpful. But was worth a try looking. So let's send Denzel down to the foundry. It's probably the easiest and fastest fix for today. And the foundry is a very, very valuable and important room. So that is 2 birds, 1 stone. The foundry down there we can craft nice items. This game tonight is a perfect break after power gaming through EU5 lately. Been spending a lot of hours today with that, and I felt like I need to do something different today. I can't stream that again when I was playing the same game the whole day. That's just too much eventually. Okay. To wait a second till we have fabricated that memory. There we go. It's a good point to be able to concoct values of 6 of a certain aspect so easily. Means we're on a good way. I mean, we need to go all the way up to 15 or 16 if I remember correctly eventually. But we'll also gain a lot of tools and helpers on the way there. Alrighty, what do we have here? Glimmerings. I don't have the tools to get a 10 in Forge together. Dang. So what do we have here? What can we pick up today? Lantern 8. That's a little bit too much. 10, 10, 6. Well, 1 here is 2. Plus 2 is 4. That ain't making 6. Can I bring up a moon memory from somewhere? Shouldn't we have moon memories by now? Confounding parable. Let's craft that one. That should give us a fair chance. Okay. So let's try it. The Carisham Portolan. Or is there any, Okay. Whoop. So we're going to use a trick today and read that book at a table. But it should be a moon table. Table without moon would be not too good, because then we couldn't put a soul card with moon on there. So, Wolf Stories and Hill and Hollow were both quite good. Alright. So, there we go. Let's give the construction of the memory a little bit of advantage there. Especially I want to try out something. Can we put both things together on the table, maybe? That would resolve a lot of the problems here. Sadly, it doesn't seem like them. We are not getting away that easily. Oh well, whatever. 1 point of moon. We should be able to dig that up. Paperboy, happy to see you. What a pleasant surprise. Didn't think seeing you tonight. So, weather. Here we go. Wow. Those clouds already came in handy. So, the Carisham Portolan, a beautifully illustrated and heavily annotated portolan, a nautical atlas of ports and destinations. It quickly becomes clear that many of its destinations no longer exist, or never existed in the traditional sense, but the annotations remain fascinating. The routes to Noon, the long sanctuary across the Western Sea, may remain viable. 2 pages have been gummed together. When teased apart, they reveal a route to ease behind the wave, marked in red and gold inks with heavily underlined warnings. Here the final city. Strike the hours, lest earth and sky break open. Ease behind the wave. Yeah, that is closely linked to the city that is not happening because the hours say, nuh-uh. We don't want utopia or dystopia. We're going to just take plain old reality. And this book, if it shows places that actually don't exist, it is insofar interesting that it shows places that exist in different histories. Game's working a lot with alternate realities, and so in a certain sense, you could almost call it a multiverse, but it's not. I think not played enough to really be able to tell. The sea has always been the widest road. Very true. Very, very true. Okay. Beautiful. Got us a new skill, and got us a new book cracked open. And the Foundry. Isn't it a lovely place? It's one of my favorite rooms in the game. So let's see. Boxes of rarities. The Foundry, of course. But most importantly, there are tools here that we can give our helpers. This is one of the things why I like this place, because it has tools which are... If you are unlocking this room for the first place, you might have been looking for them. What's the weather today? Shmo! Hey there! Ooh. It's Tens weather today. Gales. Alright. What are we making out of that, Heart and sky. I mean, the combo already gives me alone 6 points of sky together. I could read some really heavy lecture today. With heart, we come to a 5. Not bad either. Alright, let's look for something to read, hey? It's Grail. We need heart. Oh, I'm so happy we're slowly getting to the point where we won't be having too many problems reading anything anymore, because we're just easily cracking those skill checks. It's a little bit further still. We still have to puzzle around a little bit here and there, but we're getting there. It seems as if we are not too lucky with pulling a book that fits to today's weathers. Too bad. Don't we have some? We have read that? Can't remember anymore. Confused. That's why I paused there for a second. 8 heart. We reach a 5. With health, a 6. That's 2 points missing. Can we concoct a memory that has 2 heart points? I think Solace was around. Yes. So let's give it a try. Might be actually working out. The Sweet Bones will be always a wonderful place to find helpers that get the job done. But generally speaking, you can avoid using them mostly by utilizing tools in the Hush House. It is, so to speak, a matter of preference. If you want the skill values from the Sweet Bones people, or if you want to fabricate them entirely with all the tools, drinks, and stuff you can't manipulate. You could, I think, avoid the Sweet Bones people mostly, but I end up using them too, because, I mean, at the end of the day, what's that money good for, huh? I hope that answers your question. Good night, Execute. I came a little bit late, I think. The 5 histories. Yes, Jucker Boy. Oh boy, I can't wait to see the new RPG they are making. Oh, we get a visitor today. Weather Factory does make a classic RPG that plays in this world, and oh, jeez, that's gonna be great. That's gonna be probably the most immersive thing after Cultist Simulator. And that book doesn't do me any good because it's the wrong language. The tripled heart. 2 grail, a 4 grail. Come on. Don't tell me that we can't. Do I see all the grail books this way? Holy moly, that is new. It's been not around. Okay. Yeah, the offers from Oriflammes, they are recurring, repeating. So something you didn't buy the last time will come up again the next time, so don't worry about that. So we got 2 grail here, 1 grail here. Makes 1 point of grail missing. Maybe some of the new skills. 1 grail, 1 grail, shoot. So, we need to fabricate a different memory. I did go for the wrong thing today. Let's see if I am already able to do. Ah, well, gossip serves, I guess. Best we can do, obviously. But what will we do with that gale weather? That would be a shame not to use it, right? Okay. Let's see what the visitor of today is. I mean, that'll also make a lot of my planning. Influence a lot of my planning. Mr. Fraser Strathcoyne. Ooh, this one. Very influential person. Philanthropist, collector, former librarian. A complicated man, but not a cruel one. Alright. So, let's talk. Wait a sec. We don't have an incident anymore. Do you teach anything that I require? Ramsand. Okay. So, my good sir, teach me. Teach me the Ramsand. Okay. Yeah, it is like that, Jugger Boy, right? The histories are all more or less something like a intricate web of things that more or less exist at the same time, but only one of them is dominant and the real reality currently, and the other things are just having to deal with being vague echoes influencing somehow things. Are you doing this to me again, Tridemahera? Come on. Damn. Today I'm really bad at this. I keep picking out books that I can't read. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, so much about that. Yeah. Someday soon we'll have unlocked all the languages, but Grail 6. Surely not. Struggling to scrape 4 points together. So... Moon. Yeah, I mean, we've been creating memories like crazy today, so let's add the Confound Parable to the mix, why not? Problem is that all the Sky and Heart lecture today is way beyond me, and since I have a language learning lesson today going, I am just skipping today. That's 8 and all. Way too high, all. Way too high. So instead of making myself sad, we're going to read some baseline moon literature. The Soul's Labors. So we're taking this for a +2. This for another +2. This for a +1, and then we lack 1 point and hope that we can make it up somehow. Oop. So, memories and the soul card. Yeah, since we can't get a, since we can't just take another tryst, it'll all be good. There we go. So, what did we read? One of Valentine de Wolf's dream journals, in which he records his visions of a place that is no place, beneath the house that is no house. Black Nephrit. The dark inchoate, or inchoate? I don't even know what that word means. I need to look it up. Pharaoh space described by Valentine seems to be the nowhere of the invisible arts, the infra-oniric layer of the alien hours, sometimes called gods from nowhere. Like a bunch. Valentine's attitude to the nowhere hours is unexpectedly relaxed. He speaks darkly of their appetites, but he insists they are too alien to penetrate the house of the sun, let alone the waking world. He seems to suggest that the menses hours have exaggerated the threat of the nowhere hours for their own reasons. Not all birds are trustworthy in their feathers, he warns. Okay. So the Cthulhu gods are strawmen for the menses gods to keep their tyranny up. At least that's what Mr. De Wolf tries to implicate here. Well, I really like this one here. The Sun in Rags, the Madrugad, the Menascate, and the Watchman. And, yeah, why the Forge divided the Sun in Splendor? I would say because it was megalomaniac what existed in the first place. It's my take on the Sun in Splendor. I mean, I don't have read enough lore about the phenomenon itself to make an educated call about what might have been the downfall of that entity. But I'd really say the Sun in Splendor sounds like pure megalomania, doesn't it? So we harvested a fear memory, which will be very, very useful in so many different ways. One edge to scale. There we go. And another lesson in the wolf stories, which we're not going to put onto the wolf stories because these are already attuned to a skill. So instead we're going to level up the sea stories with that. There we go. Alright, level 2 of that one. Brilliant. And I have learned Ramsant. New languages. Languages are always so valuable in this game. So, needs to go down here. And let's see. Can we implement sea stories into our skill board? Yes, we can. The Seaborn, the Ligean Morgan, holder of the key of Black Sapphire, called Seaborn, tight drawn. Did she come from east behind the wave? If we speak her name at the rising of the moon, can we summon that old song of flutes and bills? These are birdsong riddles. Not only are these birdsong riddles, I finally found my heart. Look, there's finally my heart. Sure. There we go. I think I have now all different types of aspects at least once. Okay. Let's see what's inside the box. A shame to waste a weather like gale. But, well, Mr. Strathcoin made me do it. Ooh. What a money in the box. There's nothing to like about that. Sunny weather. So, let's see. Motley Tower should be no problem anymore. But let's see if we are not able to do something with today's trend. Oh, despoiled laboratory. It's a case for Mr. Denzel. And the gloomy stare, too. Okay, Arkan Church. +2, +2, +2. Reverend Timothy has a 2. We got Fost. We got sunny weather. Let's take that. Good day, sir. May I hire thee? Let's apply all manner of effects to you. One. And 2. And just like that, we have unlocked the next part of the house. I like to do this as much as I can, because every bit of the house that we unlock helps us so much. Alright, now then, what are we going to do with today's time? Okay. Glass blowing and vessel crafting. Let's see what we can craft with that. I have a level 2 skill. First, need to find a bench that supports the proper skill. The foundry it is. Then we need to put the proper skills in. And an amethyst ampoule. Alright. The other thing would be sky-based. I'm out of aspect cards for today with that, but that's not a big deal. Okay, let's fetch books and start another attempt. There was... I mean, let's chow down those rank 6 moon books, because we can actually just crack them open easily. There we go. The cathedral room. So that's 2 moon. And with a combination of 2 Trist cards, we reach easily 6 moon. But now, it's even easier. 1, 4, 6. Brilliant. Thanks to the Sea Stories rank 2, we even got what we need. Edicts Martial. That is, I think, an edge skill. Like I said, it gets a lot easier the more of these you have finished. So, there's an organ. There's a handful of books. Uncomfortable seats. Everything you would think of when you are at church. So, the way is lit for the willing and for the unwilling. I love this. It's the watchman. What is within, without? What is without, within? When it ends, it will be a beautiful ending. That which is not needed, that shall be quenched. So, what did we read? An Exorcist's Field Manual. Oh, that one was fun. A practical guide to troublesome dead, grounded in theory, but with a clear focus on their disposal by the redoubtable Detective Ostiary Wheelock of the Suppression Bureau. The dead usually avoid light as the most immediate manifestation of eternity, which has no place for death. However, those dead uplifted by gold, that is to say touched by an actinic theoplasma, happily brought about in daylight and are perhaps strongest at noon. Uplifted by gold. Does that mean we can make undead with lantern aspect? Just a thought. If you are dead but uplifted by green, that's the ring use blessing. The crowned growth offers a similar but nastier benefit. This is how Burgeoning Risen come about. That seems like Nectar has also its own breed of undead, but there are different degrees of sentience and freedom depending on which growths are involved. The consciousness of one uplifted by green is always greatly altered, though. They never really seem like the same person. Yeah, because they're basically plants, I'm not surprised. They may have dregs of their original souls, but these are often replaced by something else. The upshot, invariably, is that they need to be set firmly on fire. Yeah, just like what you would expect from an exorcist's field manual. So, what did we get here? A memory contradiction. Oh yeah, that's nice. But first I need to make room in my inventory. And that. So the contradiction memory isn't so far really interesting, as it is the first really potent edge memory that we got. We need tons of different memories, by the way, in this game to get our job done. That's why I'm cataloging these like I do. One moon. There we go. So now we can at least already read baseline edge books. New day is dawning. It's a rainy day too. The second glory. A second glory. Alright. Oriflammes is added again. The Ratio Querculum. No thanks. Not today. Okay, where next? Edicts Martial to learn. And a Denzel to hire and bring to 6 forge points yet again, because that's just where my money's at. Alrighty. Then we take that foresight book, put it on the reading table. We got that dude prepped up too. And I think we can directly level up the Edicts Martial with the Ragged Crossroads. Excellent. But I do need a memory card first, too. So, one thing at a time, I guess. That's him on rank 4. That's rank 6. All right. There was this book, the Horus, book 1. I wanted to take the next opportunity to pick up a rainy weather or something like that to read this. Alright, so pumped up his skill now to unlock the next room. Brilliant. We can't actually do that twice. So tomorrow, my friend, we are going to go for that one yet again. So, the laboratory. Very, very important room because we got the alchemist's glassware crafting table. And there is very, very nice ingredients here. Very powerful stuff. Sacrament Askite. 6 points of knock. Crafting that yourself is no small feat. You have to work quite hard for that. Alright. So, the Horus Book 1, an occasionally coherent catalogue of the secret gods, organized by hour. This is a reprint, but in the original Latin. This volume deals mostly with the hours of the wood, the moth, the black flax, the ring yew, among others. The glory is a question, and the moth always answers yes. Great. Impulse memory, though. That is very, very good. Okay. Because I don't know, but I'd say we haven't had that yet. Or did we? Gossip, stolen secret, beer, revelation. Beer. Whoops. Then we take that one and make the impulse thing here happening. That's 2 moth, 1 nectar. How fitting too. A moth aspect thing to be all jittery and making me right wrong. Good. So that's been dealt with. We're going to wait until tomorrow, I'd say. So, Rites of the Roots. There we go. I can unbox something. We have so many unboxing jobs still here. The lab alone has 5 new books for me. Ooh, a flushed Mommet. The really big one. Very, very powerful tool. This will come in handy one day. Very hard to craft. Needs quite rare materials. Clouds. Perfectly mundane and boring day. So I'd say we're starting with unwrapping those books. Ooh, this looks fancy. The Geminiad, Part 3. Love how these books all look different. The War of the Roads, 1451 till 1551. Tell you what, we are going to read that one directly. It's an edge book. And with Edicts Martial, we got 1 point of edge. Oh. We need to put up a little bit of extra here. Contradiction was... Why do I have so many shelves where I put fear onto? Fear's everywhere. That's why. So, there's the thing I was looking for. And we... let's forget about Denzel for today. Let's do that tomorrow. We don't need other people to spend our time being meaningfully when we have books, right? So, Ragged Crossroads is actually much better. There we go. So, Willis Ford describes the War of the Roads, an event in a history other than our own, in detail. From its beginnings as a martial philosophical dispute between the Dawn and Sunset Roads of alchemy, to a war which ravaged half of Europe. It is now widely believed it is not now widely believed that the sons of and daughters of the Red Rose were forged into immortals. Understandably, they are after all now all long dead. The forge itself devoured the greatest among them. The royalty of England, according to Willisford, became the sovereigns of the Leashed Flame, destroying or transforming their enemies, conquering Europe, establishing grand cathedrals to Saint Spark. The alliance with the Forge begins to take its toll. At last, the Bronze King undergoes his great misfortune and great debasement, and is afterwards known as the Copper King. His attempt to cheat the Forge ends badly. The Leashed Flame is released, and the King's heirs are merely mortal sovereigns. Ah, so somebody tried to trick the Forge gods again, and failed. So, wow. A history other than our own. In some degree, that means that this guy messed up so hard that that is the entire reality that he tried to achieve got erased by the gods. Being like, yeah, you wanted to cheat, you know what? Your entire reality doesn't exist anymore. Get lost. Pay your contracts. Maybe I'm misreading it. But it's one of my favorite pastime sports, too. To wonder what the deeper implications of these things are that I'm reading. Because I know enough to say that the deeper implications always exist when it comes down to this game. The Book of Thrones. Hey, it's Game of Thrones Book of Hours edition. Let's put it into the shelf where it belongs. Until it's finished. So, a novel method for invocation and contrition. Rank 14 book. Many of these super high rank books I've never read. Where did the book go? It has gone out of my inventory, but now not into the shelf. This bothers me. It'll show up one day again. I never had that before. Where did book go? Usually lost items happen to be here. This raises the feeling that... Ah! Here. It slinked itself onto the shelf. I'm relieved now. Alright. The Wounds. A history of 100 wars, sewn into a design of metallic threads that pursues itself across every page. Okay. Lantern Weather. I love this song. Sun Splendor. Because we had it with the Sun in Splendor a few moments ago. So, we should be opening the Motley Tower today. It's about time. Mrs. Kill doesn't need money. It's only Denzel who's working for free. At least in this run. Every run you get your own friend. Okay, we do need 5 points of heart. So let's get working here. Chore will give us 3. And we're creating ourselves a solace memory, and that'll get us the rest. I hope the present crowd is enjoying themselves as much as I do, because I'm not reading you folks anymore. No criticism, just making sure that I'm not alone here. Just kidding. Alright, so we got that. With the solace memory, we now got the necessary skill points. And that opens part of the Motley Tower. Also some place where we can find some really nice items. Also, some books to read. This is a very, very freaky room, by the way. The paintings here are plentiful of places that don't exist, didn't exist, will exist. Wonderful. Really, really important art. Or some that might never be important. De motu corporum vetitorum. What? Alright. Let's collect these down in the big library room. The 3 and the 3. Karisham manuscript. A Karisham again. We had the Karisham portolan. Now we have a manuscript. Yeah, poet, I hear you. I am sleepy without being up early today, so I'm the living proof that you don't need to get up early to be sleepy today. I did that not necessarily for you, but maybe it'll help you too still. Okay. The skeleton songs. Wonderful. For those who are unaware, there is also a video series called The Skeleton Songs, where the devs of the game look at new games and such. It's a YouTube video series. Lovely stuff. If you want to stay informed about what's new and all. So, we got 2 points of Grail knowledge here, 2 points of Grail knowledge there. So it's basically already a hit. There we go. What do we need up here? 6 hard and 6 moth. Or 6 moth, I should rather say. So, Poems of Greedy Delight, composed by the possibly pseudonymous Arabella Dusk, the rumored heiress turned madam turned poetess. In Arabella's introduction, she explains that the book was to be illustrated, but the Suppression Bureau would not permit it. She hints that the illustration still exists somewhere. The book is dedicated to Sir Parsifal of the Red Cup. Interesting. The 26 delightful fruits, the 7 chastisements, the 9 gardens, the 4 regrets. 26, 7, 9, 4. I wonder if we are seeing here some hints. Sir Parsifal of the Red Cup. And a couple of numbers. This feels rather hinty to me. I don't know. As if there is a version of that book hidden somewhere with the illustrations included. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Love this. You never know if you're just putting too much of a thought into it or exactly the right thought into it. But nevertheless, we got ourselves a book that offers us a very valuable memory, a new type, the beguiling memory. Perfect. The beguiling melody. That is very, very nice. That's a new memory. 2 grail, 2 sky. Pretty powerful stuff even. Nice. That'll come in handy. That means we have now easy access to 5 points of grail. No, 6 points of grail even. Yay! Now that's what I like to see. That means we have now opened ourselves to a lot of new books. Melodies are sound memories, exactly. Resurgences and emergences. It's a moth skill. How handy. So, we can train something. I just remembered. I can train a winter or an edge skill. But I would like to go rather for an edge skill that is a full-on edge skill and not only a partial one. This has only, you know, they all have a primary and a secondary attribute, as you see there. And I only have secondary attribute edge. Don't like that. It's probably wait for a good one here. "26 enticements, 7 torments." 26, 7, 9, 4. The painter Niels Frederick Malsker notoriously attempted a series of painting based on the torments. Alright. I think this is a wrong interpretation of mine here. But we have a similarity in the numbers there. Something that's actually a thing. A tower rises. Written in 9 languages. Yeah. Audio record of somebody building a tower. Or whatever. Great. So we are now able to crack open a couple of books that we weren't able to crack open before. Oh, say, how about this? Wainscot Histories. Let's take that one. I got 2 points here, 2 points there, 2 points there. Bam. Babel Tower. Yeah, this might be actually a reference to that. Wainscot Histories, subtitled Stories from Behind the Walls, a miscellany of non-traditional histories, including battles not generally acknowledged and countries which appear on no map, told in a playful, apparently fictional manner. Gore does not mention the Manses directly, but constant coy metaphorical references to ascending the staircase of years, to the doors of sleep, and to the blue light of dawn suggest he had commerce with the unseen world. It was common in that time to speak of the division of the sun, by which contemporaries understood the eruption of barbarian forces and their uncouth, gods. So, fleeting reminiscence. Oh, we have no clue what this book is actually good for, memory-wise. Because the day changed and it erased the memory before we were able to look it up. Okay. Oh, looks like we're getting a new visitor today. Auroral Contemplations. Yet another only secondary edge. Not primary. Too bad. I want a specifically edgy language to, skill. So that is a contradiction book. Let's plow through these low-level books as far as we can. 8 points of lantern. That's beyond my reach for now. Six grail. 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, makes 6. Lieutenant Arthur Thomas Moore, retired. Hero, pilgrim, trader. He'll always be a soldier, but never again can he be only a soldier. Oh, this man can talk Zabazine. The affair of the Threshold Revolution. In the drier reaches of the Bounds, the Legion du Soil, my French is horrible, keeps a brutal peace. Perhaps even a necessary one, but the Legion recruits from among the Bound's beasts. How trustworthy is it, really? Alright. Whatever Bound's beasts are supposed to be. So, teach me Zabazine, my man. I need. Commandments for the preservation of all that exists. Oh, that's a pretty big project. Alright, so let's go for the Grail thing. There, beguiling memory. We're going to run with that one. Okay. That should open it up. Okay. Next, language acquired. And here goes. An impertinent vitulation. A book of kitchen garden techniques and aphrodisiac recipes recorded by Ernestine Peterhans, the Iron Seneschal of Hushhouse for 3 generations of the Wolves. Okay. Peterhans asserts casually that the rousing liquor called Ruby-Wise Ruin, which leaves and thorns techniques can brew from flowers. I got that one actually. Was a favorite of the notoriously severe Baron Thomas. If true, this would have raised eyebrows if it had been now known in his lifetime. Baron Thomas the Wolf. Liked Ruby-Wise Ruin. Peterhans mentions that one of these leaves and thorns techniques with sufficient nectar aspect can supposedly cause marvelous copper fruit to burst from wood, although she has never managed it herself. But in a certain season, the pear trees in the Practic Garden will deliver something similar. Yeah, that is a recipe that I know of. So, satisfaction. I can get some satisfaction now. Great. So, satisfaction is 2 braille, 1 heart. And we got ourselves the material to bring that skill to level 2. That's what's making me really happy here. Now, does that fit anywhere? Yes. Looking down, the gardener's first lesson is this. Know your thorns, know your poisons. There's no point thinking about tomorrow when we aren't expecting to live through today. This is the lesson our ancestors learned the hard way in the woods. This is Bosk. Okay. There we go. Let's see what the weather tomorrow will bring. Fog. Ooh, that's a very powerful knock weather. Say, was there a knock 6 book hidden somewhere? I was so sure I saw one the other day. Knock and Moon. There's a Knock 8 book. But it's written in Ramsend. Wait a sec, I got Ramsend by now. But Ramsend is not providing any knock. So that's not making anything easier. Well, well, well. Okay, then we're going to use this to open a new area into of the tower, I'd say. Or not the tower, but the serpent-haunted bedroom. I just need somebody with a slight amount of knock to begin with, and I think this is the guy that we're looking for. Because if I remember correctly, he's starting exactly with that point of knock that I needed. Nice. And that gets me exactly where I need to be. There we go. So that bedroom has some whiskey, but altogether no bigger revelations of sorts. Too bad. Moth and heart. One heart, 4 heart, but still lacking some of it. No. Okay. But not with today's resources, I'd say. But just realized I should be able to whip this up. So let's just let the day pass for today. I'm somewhat aware of the fact that I could be doing things still. But sometimes you can't just also sit back and let time pass. There we go. So, today is a rainy day. And the amalgam of a red rose. Whatever. Nectar and Grail. So, I said I can bring up the heart points that I require. Can though also go over here. That does the same trick. Mrs. Kill does also have 1 point of heart. Then let's bring up a little bit of that. Read up that solace memory. And now let's look for something that has 1 point of heart. Probably it would be nice if we'd had a tool that does that, but basically, ooh, that bronze knife is pretty dope. It has 2 points of nectar. But basically any food stuff does have 1 point of heart. Anything we can't eat does fulfill that. Not anything, okay. I take everything back. Let's give that lady a bit of honey. Because I have so many applications of that. Good night, poet. I'll be not around that much longer myself either. I'm already also very tired, but I meant to to do a little bit more than that. See you soon. Thanks for the stay, mate. Have a good one. Have a good night. Alright, so now we got what we require. 6 points of heart. And the first consumable that we needed for that. Okay, so dispensary. Book Street. A new crafting bench. Lots of materials to work with. The Thirsting Tantra. Against the sisterhood of the knot and the foulness of their depraved customs. Ooh, sounds like somebody gotten a beef. So let's try to pre-sort these a little bit. Trying to put the not so hard to read books into the entry area of the library. The World Despoiled. Definitely got what I need to read that. Peruvian Diaries, brilliant. Here's all the easy books that I was looking for. What does not bark? Wonderful. A fog weather card. So, tell you what, my friends, this is where I'll say good night for today. So, thanks everybody for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed your time as much as I did. I did for sure have a good time, and see you all next time.